Hey! Just got a shuttle from Hilltop Inn to Winding Stair Gap. There's about 8 of us on that shuttle. It felt like Saving Private Ryan, the first scene when everyone's in the boat about to get on the beaches, because it was dead silent, it was pouring rain, and we were just all looking out the window, knowing our fates.
We get up there, and it's actually not that bad raining-wise. It's kind of just like a mist, and then I run into these 2 guys, shotgun and shit ton, and we get into the shelter, and there's only one other guy there, and they're just like, immediately they start undressing. I'm just like not ready to give up on the day because it's like 1:30. But I quickly learned, this was my first lesson on the Appalachian Trail, of like, the weather's going to dictate your pace and what you're going to do that day. And when that happens, you have to just completely accept it.
It's day 8. This morning, Floorboard and I, shout out Floorboard, you might change your name, I hope you do. It's not the best name, but we walked down from the shelter we were staying at into Nantahala Outdoor Center, or the Knock, and he met up with his mother there, and I pushed forward before I actually dove into the river that ran through, just to splash in your face and feel all that grime and salt and sweat and blah come off. The nice things out here are becoming more significant, but from the outside they seem less significant. Like cold water on your face is all of a sudden becoming a treat, one of the highlights of my day. Not the best night. I put in 23 yesterday, and the first 16 were all basically downhill to the Knock, and it just like did something to my knee really bad. I could barely walk. And then you start to have those doubts about, am I gonna be able to walk the next day? Am I gonna be able to finish at all or continue at all? So you're kind of just laying in bed by yourself thinking these things, and not the best night. Currently on a respirator. Just charged the mountain and it didn't back down at all. So I'm hurting a little bit, but it's all good. Got some flat ahead of me, which is nice. There are just kind of scary clouds just everywhere. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I made it. This lake is beautiful. I got a Subway sandwich in my backpack. There might be a shower tonight. What? Oh man. Just got out of that shower, eating some Subway. Got the tent set up. And my view tonight will be Fontana Lake. So one of the better nights here. Oh, it's kind of a rough night, but it's gonna rain for the next 6 hours and storm pretty bad. So I have that to look forward to. It didn't last night, amazingly, but it was super windy, and the wind knocked over my tent a few times. So I woke up and knocked over tent. That's when you have to get out, restring everything quick. It's just like super frustrating, but I'm learning how to really tie it down so it won't get knocked over again. What are the upsides of waking up early? Trail magic! The guy that handed out trail magic, I really wasn't worried about bears coming into the Smokies, but he's like, even if you set your bag down for more than 5 minutes, there's a good chance a bear is going to be in it. Why do you tell me that? First of all, that doesn't sound correct. Second of all, I didn't need to know that. Maybe I do need to know that. Been in the Smokies now for about 4 hours, and it has not let up at all. The trail is just like a river in a lot of sections. I'm completely soaked through, but you get to the point where that doesn't matter anymore and you kind of forget about it, so that's good. It was so cold this morning. All our clothes that we hung up, which were semi-wet from the day before, were frozen, so it's gonna warm up soon. The blood flowing.
The Smokies are like its own thing. So it's like 71 miles. It's beautiful, but it's just totally different kind of landscape and feel. It's very mossy. It's a really high elevation, so they always are like warning you before you go in that it's going to be probably colder than what you're expecting.
It is freezing. So cold.
It also has the highest point on the AT, called Clingmans Dome. I definitely would say I've gotten my trail legs. I'm not fast at all. Like, I'm out here and I go 2 miles per hour. And what you quickly realize is, like, that's pretty much the speed you're going to go the entire time. The only reason I'm putting in big miles is because I'm going from 7:30 or 8 a.m. to about 7:30 p.m.
Look how cool the Smokies are. Smokies are sick. Feels like there's a bear around every corner, but yeah, today's day 12. Passed the mile 200 marker yesterday, which was pretty cool. We got 36 miles to get out of the Smokies, and basically a day and a half to do so. So today there's a shelter 20 miles away. Andy and I are gonna hit that for sure. There's one that's supposedly closed 8 miles further. Don't know what closed means. Like, are there guards? Is there tape? Is it boarded up? If we get to the 20-mile shelter by the end of today, then that leaves only 16 miles to get out of the Smokies. And while 16 miles is 8 hours, if we hit it early enough, we would probably miss most of tomorrow's precipitation. And it's supposed to like snow tomorrow night up in the Smokies, and a low of 15 at night. I don't want any part of that. It's like high 20s, low 30s now, and I wake up and it's miserable. So don't want nothing a part of that. So today's a big day. Gonna put in, just making sure I'm still on the trail here. Got this sign from the 1830s. Yes, 20 today, 16 out. I hope everyone who is in the Smokies these next 3 days stays safe, but it's gonna be rough.
Every night was basically in the shelter, and the shelter has its pros and cons. So setting up your tent and breaking it back down in the morning is just like much more of a chore than it sounds like. You can go in there, all you have to do is blow up your inflatable, blow up your pillow, throw your sleeping bag there, and you're good. The cons with the shelter is that you're sleeping next to people, so snoring is a real thing, kept me up a few nights. Also, like, there's mice, you see mice. I've heard horror stories of like hearing the mice like gnawing at your sleeping bag. And it's also like a total morale boost to like be with other people, you know, like just like sleeping with them, waking up with them.
Gotta cook that ramen, y'all.
AT 101.
Ramen bomb.
It went from like the first week where it was really hot, I was by myself and I just set up a tent every night, to 5 days of being with a ton of people. It's absolutely freezing and I'm in a shelter.
Break my heart.
So good. They don't make music like that anymore.
It's day 14. The group I'm with, aka the slumber party, because they stay up and giggle all night. Good group of people though, enjoy them. And the guy I've been walking with for the last few days, Andy Cap, he's with them. They're all going 3 miles into a hostel called Standing Bear Farm. which is apparently a pretty cool hostel. It's one of the most popular here on the AT. And they have like pizza and beer and breakfast burritos and showers and laundry and all this beautiful stuff that you need. And I will be walking right by it to go 20 miles more to Walnut Creek Shelter, where tonight the low is going to be around 15 degrees. Now my sleeping bag has a thing on it that says 29 to 18 degrees comfortable, below 18 degrees risky. And I'm thinking, I'm here, I know it's going to be about 15 degrees, so 3 degrees lower than what my bag is rating as comfortable. So I'm thinking it's not, risky can't mean deadly, right? Am I right on that? So if it's comfortable to 18, at least it says comfortable, and then below 18 is risky, I'm risking being uncomfortable. I'm not risking death unless it's like 30 degrees lower than that. That's what I'm assuming. I might wake up dead, but I'm gonna go with my instinct and think that 15 degrees is gonna be uncomfortable, and that's basically what I'm risking tonight.